Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who picked Peter Sabota to defeat Leon Edwards. And I'm here to talk about Val Woodburn making his UFC return to fight Oban Elliott. Oban Elliott is 9-2. He's making his debut here. He won on the Contender Series, a majority decision actually, against this dangerous guy, Kayik Brito. And before that, he came from the Cage Warrior scene, where he had a very good record, whatever, in that organization, but it is where he suffered his two losses. Two losses, both of them by TKO. He lost to Mikhail Figlak, who's in the UFC now, and Madars Fleminas, who is not in the UFC. But both guys, really good fighters, and they put him away with ground and pound. They out-muscled him, out-grappled him, and in the end, he couldn't withstand, and he was put away down the stretch with ground and pound. But those are the only two guys to beat him, and Oban Elliott in victory has looked really good. Good fighter. I think he's comfortable fighting well on the back foot, which, could work against Val Woodburn, who is the shorter, and I'm assuming as far as overhands go, more powerful guy. I think Val Woodburn is the more powerful guy, but Val Woodburn, despite having 5 knockouts and his 7 wins, he's probably not as dangerous or as powerful as his record might indicate, or even his physique. He's built like a bowling ball, kind of. But I'm sure he's got a hard overhand punch and whatever, but he hasn't beaten anybody of note. He's got 5 TKOs over bums, frankly, with all due respect, if you happen to be watching this. And then 2 fights that he won by decision over journeymen. Not even like good journeymen, but just journeymen, which they do have the virtue of experience, but that's really it. Not a lot of good experience either. And Val Woodburn won some less than thrilling fights there. He's just, even in his knockout wins, they're less than thrilling until the actual finish. He's a neutralizer. I think he's worried about managing his own energy and typically likes to slow things down. And I don't know if he's going to be afforded those luxuries at the UFC level. I think here in this fight, he's going to be chasing Oban Elliott, and I've got Elliott outpointing him from the outside, and if Elliott is able to go through him and get him to the ground, I've got Elliott dominating him on the ground. Val Woodburn, I think he's got harder power, and I think he's stronger. He's got physicality on his side if he's able to get on the inside. I think he can bully Oban Elliott with strength against the cage, as he's done, and slow things down. And if he's able to get on top of Oban Elliott, I do think he can hold him down, but I don't envision him putting Oban Elliott away with ground and pound like the 2 guys that beat him. Val Woodburn is just not proven as a fighter like those guys. So here I am going with Oban Elliott. I've got him winning this fight. I think he should win. I guess I'd say a decision, but Val Woodburn's only lost once, and he was knocked dead by Bo Nickel. So I couldn't really trust anything. I don't think Oban is a big knockout threat. So I can't say that would surprise me because, again, it's the only way Val is lost, but it would kind of surprise me. But overall, I think Oban Elliott is the better fighter with more upside, and I think he's got more ways to win this fight and more ways to outpoint Val Woodburn, and that's my pick. But I'm not betting on it. I think they got these odds wrong. In fact, the only thing I would bet on is Val Woodburn. His money line is plus 250, which is kind of enticing, and the props I don't think are available yet. But still, again, the pick is Oban, so whatever. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.